All right, let's try this again. Page 78. Hold on, let me make sure it's, okay, it's recording. Okay, so we had just gone back over the fact that diameter is the distance that goes all the way across a circle. And radius goes halfway. Now, a cylinder is a shape we've already seen at the end of the last unit. It has two what? Circle bases. It has two circle bases. Circle here, connected by the height. Remember, once you shade your bases, you find the height. To find the area of a circle, because we need a big B, area of a circle is pi r squared. Okay? The volume of a cylinder, we've talked about big B, or the letter is capitalized because it means more than just one number, right? Just like capital P represents the perimeter, so you were having to add 4 numbers or 3 numbers, 4 for a rectangle and 3 for a triangle. Well, with volume of cylinders, B is capitalized because it represents the area. Okay, in this case, the base is a circle, so you're finding the area of a circle. So V stands for volume. B stands for area. Area of the base, which is a circle. Since it is a circle, to find the area, pi r squared. And h is the height. Remember, you always find the height in between the bases. So actually, for that reason, you're going to need a highlighter. Here, come grab a highlighter.
No. Can you grab me one? William, can you grab me one, please? It doesn't matter what color. Right now. Wait, please, can you go back? Oh, thank you.
Go back.
Yes, I didn't have to finish writing all that. You? Thank you.
So, the bases are my circles, and the height connects them, right? The height is always going to be in between the bases. So, if we're talking about a cylinder, the height is here. This is a base. This is a base. Now, to find the volume of a cylinder, you're going to multiply area of the base by the height. Area of the base by the height. Because your formula is base times height. But not just the bottom. To find the base, you first need to find big B. Okay? Everybody got that? All right. So, number 1. We're finding volume. The good thing about volume is that you're not going to have to worry about 2 different, you're not going to have to worry about 2 different formulas. It's just one formula. Either you're finding the volume altogether. There is no total and lateral volume, okay? It's just volume, period. Now, for number 1, first thing you want to do is always find your bases, highlight them. Okay, so the height is going to be what? 11. Okay. Now, to find the volume of a cylinder, the formula is base times height. Before you can find the volume, you will always need to find big B first. So first thing you want to do is find big B. Now, B is a capital B because it's representing the area. And the area of the base, the area of the circle, is pi r squared. So to find that, we need r. What is r? 2.3. Okay, so we plug that in. Pi 2.3 squared. Type that in. So second, pi. Does everybody remember where to find pi? Oh my gosh. Why is it so zoomed in? Yeah, it's the button under clear. Yes. It is the button under clear. So pi parentheses 2.3 squared. What do you get? 16.6. Okay. Now, because we squared one of those numbers, that is in millimeters squared. Okay. Now, that is a number that we're going to insert into our volume formula. BH. This is the number that goes right there. So volume is going to be 16.6. And what is H? 11.5. So you type that in. And we get what? Whoa, did I type it in wrong? I did type it in wrong. No, I typed it in wrong. 16.6 times 11.5. I typed 16.1. So, yeah, 190.9. Now, 16.6 is a number that's squared. So when you multiply it by another number, that's what's going to make it cubed. Volume will always be cubed. Okay. And I honestly don't think on the STAAR test they'll try to trick you with that cubed and squared thing. Okay. Number 2. What's the first thing you do? Highlight the bases. Highlight the bases. Find your height and find your radius. What's the height? Okay, and what's my radius? Trick question, right? That 14, the line is going all the way across, so that's actually the diameter, meaning our radius is 7. But to find the volume, you first must find the, what is big B? Area. Now, the reason it confuses students is because on the formula chart, you won't see it with a capital B, you'll see it with a capital A. And we'll look at that formula chart on Monday. Anyway, substitute 7 squared. What do you get for capital B? 153.9. And that is the number that you're going to put into your volume formula. Volume is base times height. So you put that number right in there. Okay. So 153.9 times 3. So the volume of this cylinder is 461.7 centimeters cubed. Volume is cubed. Area is squared, volume is cubed. So little 3. Now we have plenty of examples, so I'm going to go ahead and move on to number 4 because you'll see another example like number 3, okay? And I want to give you time to start your assignment and possibly do it. Number 4, when you're only provided a story but not provided a picture, what do you do? Draw it. So I'm going to draw a circle, 2 lines, and maybe like a curve. Okay. Now it says the inside drum of a washing machine is shaped like a cylinder. It has a diameter of 3. So a diameter does what? Halfway or all the way across? All the way across. So we know that D is 3. That makes R what? 1.5. And it says a height of 2.5 feet. That's my H. Now, highlight the shape that you just drew. There. Find the volume. So to find the volume, you first must find big B, pi r squared. What is pi r squared? Yeah, well, 7.1. The 0.6 rounds it to 0.1. Okay, we take that number and we put it into our volume. So you get 7.1 times 2.5. Eight feet what? Cubed. Volume is cubed. Volume is cubed. Questions? Pretty straightforward. 2 steps. Do one, then the next, right? Now, with volume questions, you're going to get a phrase. Put a little star by it. This phrase, they'll call it in terms of pi. Okay? And that is a way to write volume as an exact answer, since pi is irrational, meaning it's a decimal that goes on forever. So to do this, you multiply everything except for pi. And leave the pi symbol in your solution. You leave pi in your answer. Solution meaning in your answer. So you multiply all of the numbers except pi, but pi still goes in the answer. Okay? So first thing we're going to do, same process, same steps. You're going to highlight your bases. Find the height, find the radius. What is your height? 8.1. And then 3.5 doesn't represent radius, it represents diameter because it goes all the way across. So the radius is 1.75. Okay? So the first thing we do is we find area, pi r squared. Now, we're leaving this in terms of pi. Since you have highlighters, go ahead and highlight that. In terms of pi. When it says in terms of pi, you multiply just the numbers. So, is pi a number? No, it's a symbol. 1.75 square a number? Yeah, those are actual numbers. Those are like physical numbers, right? So this is the only thing that you put in your calculator. When you're given in terms of pi, you only put the actual numbers in the calculator, no symbols. And pi is a symbol. So when I do 1.75 squared, when I type that in my calculator, I get 3.1. So that means it's 3.1 pi. Okay? Yes? Do we understand that? If it says in terms of pi, you multiply just the numbers, meaning 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? All right. Now we put it into our volume formula. Volume is equal to big B times height. But this time big B is 3.1 pi and the height is 8.1. We're still leaving this in terms of pi. So let's go through it. Is 3.1 a number? Yeah, that goes in the calculator. Is pi a number? Doesn't go in the calculator. Is 8.1 a number? Yeah, so 8.1 goes in the calculator. So the only thing that goes in the calculator is 3.1 and 8.1. What do we get? 25.1. Bring down pi. And that's yards cubed. Questions? Any confusion on the pi thing? Okay. Go ahead and highlight your next one. So what is the height? Yep. And 3.2, is that a radius or diameter? That one is a radius. Now they want us to leave it what? In terms of pi. So keep that in mind when we're solving. The first step is to find big B. The radius is 3.2 squared. So what will go in the calculator? Just the 3.2 squared. We're leaving it in terms of pi. We get 10.2 pi. And that is what we put into our formula. All of this into our volume. Somebody at the door? I am expecting somebody, sorry. Oh, I wasn't expecting Tyler. What's up? I wasn't expecting Camilo. What's up? Oh, okay. All right. What'd y'all get? No, Kiara, what'd you get?
Oh,
For the answer.
I didn't type it in.
Girl, you stretching. Stretching like we were done.
0.2. 1 second. I got 214.
Yep. 214.2. Don't forget to bring down pi. And this is in what? Centimeters cubed. Because it's volume. All right, almost done. Number 6. A cylinder has a diameter of 14. That should already be throwing up a red flag because we don't use diameter, right? What do we use? So if the diameter is 14, the radius will be 7. So I can go ahead and get rid of what answers? C and D. Okay. Now it says and a height of h feet. Meaning they're not going to tell us what the height is. They're just going to leave it as an h. Which equation can be used to find v? Well, we know we first need to find what? Big B. So when we substitute that 7, notice they're leaving it in what? In terms of pi, because pi is still in the answer, right? Now the second step is to put it into volume. So what they're doing here is taking all of that and putting it where b is. So pi 7 squared, and what is h? H is h, right? They didn't give us h. What is our answer? No. A. The reason B is wrong is because H is inside of the parentheses, so what would happen is that they would square the 7 and they would square H, which we don't do that, okay? Number 7. Tim buys 6 cans of soup. We don't have a picture, so what are we going to do? Draw it. Circle. All right. Highlight my bases. All right. It says each can has a diameter. So diameter goes what? All the way across of 1.5. If the diameter is 1.5, what is the radius? 0.75. Why did I write 1? And it says the height is 2. All right. First, we need to find the volume. So we do that by finding the area. Pi r squared. 0.75. Does it say in terms of pi or anything? No. So we just, all right. So we type everything in. If it doesn't say in terms of pi, type everything is fair game. Put it all in there. Well, I was going to type that wrong. 1.8. And then I put that number into my volume. So 1.8 times the height, which is 2. Oh, Lord, I'm losing it today. What is going on? Oh, my gosh. Not enough parentheses. Oh. 6? Oh, okay. 3.6. Is that my answer?
Round to the nearest 10.
It is rounded to the nearest 10.
It is?
Mm-hmm. So the trick with the tenths place, hundredths place, remember, if it says tenth, think of this. How many zeros does the number 10 have?
1.
So that's one number after the decimal. How many zeros does 100 have?
2.
So that's 2 zeros after the decimal. How many zeros does 1,000 have? 3 numbers after the decimal. So since they say 10, they just want us to keep one number after the decimal. But we're missing a key piece of information here. Read it. We found the volume. Keep going.
Inches.
There's 6 cans of soup.
So you gotta multiply by 6?
Yep. So we multiply it by 6 cans.
So she should have.
So you get what? 21.
You wish you said this answer.
21.6. And what is it? Inches? So inches